6 tonight, people in Columbia have another option if they don't want to get behind the wheel of a car.
It's called Uber, and it's a smartphone app that connects passengers with drivers who actually use their own cars. Uber says it doesn't consider itself a taxi service, but some other companies think it is, and they also think that Uber should have to play by the same rules.
Today, ABC 17's Dan Messinio used Uber, and he joins us now from our newsroom to explain the service. Dan.
Joey, Uber calls itself a ride-sharing service. Now, this is the first service of its kind in Columbia. And what you do is on your smartphone, you download the app, and then you plug in the location, the pickup location, and then the destination. And then the person on the other end gets a beep on their phone. They come and pick you up, and you're on your way. The new car service rolls into Columbia today. But before you get into the car, you have to get on your smartphone.
In Columbia, if you're a resident, you can download the Uber application onto your smartphone, and with 2 taps, request a car to come pick you up and take you anywhere you need to go in the city.
At 11 this morning, Uber drivers began picking up their first customers. The phone app connects passengers with drivers who use their own unmarked cars. The crux is that Uber doesn't consider itself a taxi service. They say it's a ride-sharing program. But in a previous interview with ABC 17, city officials say Uber operates just like a taxi service.
They're carrying passengers for a fee from point A to point B inside the city, and that's pretty much the definition of a taxi.
A number of city laws govern taxi companies in Columbia. Officials say Uber has yet to fulfill some of these requirements. Terry Nickerson Sr. with Taxi Terry's says he's fine with the competition. He says just make it a level playing field.
Bring them on, but make them abide by the same rules and regulations that we abide by. If you make the playing field even, let's do it.
Uber says the ride-sharing concept is in its infancy, and it's trying to find its own way.
We're already working with the city on how that will be defined. We're looking forward to that process, but it's definitely a different model from the way that taxi companies have operated.
City officials tell me they're looking to create a new class of business for programs like this, for companies like this, these ride-sharing programs. They tell me they hope to get a temporary operating agreement for Uber before the city council within the next couple weeks, which would include Uber to carry a business license. Reporting live in the newsroom, Dan Messinio, ABC 17 News.
Dan, thank you. Uber tells us rides for the next week are free. The company says it expects its first weekend to be a busy one, of course, with the Tigers' home game in town.